My name is Glenda Barker, 35 years old. I used to think I was building a future with the man I loved. Turns out, I was just financing his escape plan. It happened on a Tuesday night. Nothing dramatic at first, just the two of us sitting at the kitchen table, wedding brochures scattered between us like pieces of a life I thought was already decided. The venue deposit was due. Catering quotes needed approval. Everything felt normal, except him. Ryan had been quiet all evening. Too quiet. I remember looking at him and feeling that strange tension in the air, the kind that doesn't announce itself loudly, just settles in your chest like a warning you don't want to hear. Then he put his phone down and looked at me. "We need to talk about something important." I smiled faintly. "That sounds ominous." "It's about my ex and the child support." Of course it was. His ex-girlfriend had always been a shadow in our relationship, distant but constant. They had a 7-year-old daughter. Sweet kid. I genuinely liked her. None of this was ever about her. "What happened?" I asked. "He lost his job again," Ryan said, rubbing his face. "He's 3 months behind now. The system's not helping, and lawyers cost money I don't have." I nodded slowly. "That's rough." That was the moment everything shifted. "That's not really the point," he said. "Look, once we're married, we'll be a family, right?" "Yeah," I said carefully. "You'll be her stepmother." There was something in his tone, something rehearsed. "So, you should start contributing to her support now." I blinked. Once. Twice. "I already help," I said. "I paid for her school tablet. Summer camp? Clothes?" "No, Glenda." His voice hardened. "I mean the actual child support. The $850 a month." Silence filled the room like a vacuum. "She's yours and his, and he's the one legally responsible." His jaw tightened. "If you love me, if you love us, you'll do this." There it was, the ultimatum. "It's not about him," he continued. "It's about making sure she has everything she needs." "She already does," I said. "You work, I help, she's fine." "The support is court-ordered." "And the court ordered him to pay it, not me." His eyes went cold. "So you're refusing to help your future stepdaughter?" "I'm refusing to pay another man's legal obligation." The way he looked at me then, like I had just failed some test I didn't know I was taking. "So, money matters more than family to you?" I let out a quiet breath. "Don't twist this. You're asking me to take on $850 a month for something that isn't my responsibility." "When we're married," he shot back, "everything becomes your responsibility. That's what marriage means." And suddenly, everything clicked. The comments about our combined income. The subtle pressure to refinance my car. The casual suggestion that he should be added to my savings for emergencies. This wasn't sudden. This was a plan. I leaned back in my chair, studying him like I was seeing him for the first time. "After we get married, are you planning to keep working?" He frowned. "Why does that matter?" "Just answer." A pause. Then, "I was thinking I could cut back. Be home more for my daughter. You make enough for all of us." And there it was, not even hidden anymore. I felt something inside me go still. Not anger, not sadness, clarity. "I don't love you that much," I said. His face went blank. "What?" "I don't love you enough to be your personal ATM while you quit your job and expect me to clean up your mess." His expression snapped into fury. "Are you serious right now? We're not." I stood up, walked to my laptop, and opened my insurance portal. "What are you doing?" he demanded. "Fixing a mistake." Click, click, click. I removed him from my health insurance. He'd been on it for 3 months as my domestic partner. "You can't do that." "Watch me." Next, I picked up my phone and called the wedding venue. Straight to voicemail. "This is Glenda Barker," I said evenly. "I need to cancel my booking and discuss refund options. Please call me back." I hung up. Ryan was staring at me like I had just destroyed reality. "I love you. You love my paycheck." His face flushed red. "You're being selfish. Your daughter needs her father to pay his child support." I cut in. "Not me." The room felt smaller, tighter. I need you to pack your things and leave. He stared at me. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem anymore. This is my apartment, too. No, I said calmly. This is my apartment. You moved in 6 months ago. Your name isn't on the lease. You don't pay rent. He tried everything after that anger, tears, accusations, but something inside me had already shut the door. He packed his clothes, his toiletries, a few kitchen things. His daughter was staying with her grandmother that week. Thank God she didn't have to see any of this. At the door, he turned back. You're going to regret this, he said. This is the biggest mistake of your life. I held his gaze. I think ignoring the red flags was the real mistake, I replied. Then I closed the door. The silence afterward felt strange. Not empty. Light. The next morning, I changed the locks. And just like that, it was over. Or at least, I thought it was. Because 36 hours later, my phone started exploding. His mother, his friends, all telling me what a horrible person I was. Then the voicemails started apologies, anger, desperation. I listened to the first two. Then I stopped, because deep down I already knew this wasn't over. Not even close. I blocked Ryan's number on Tuesday morning. Not out of anger, but because I could feel myself slipping every time my phone lit up with his name. The first 48 hours had been chaos. 23 voicemails. I counted. The first few were soft, almost convincing. Glenda, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. You're overreacting. We can fix this if you just listen. And finally, please, I need you. We need you. Don't do this. That last one lingered longer than I expected. Not because I believed him, but because of the way he said need. Not love, not partnership. Need. By Wednesday evening, I thought things might calm down. I was wrong. The doorbell rang like someone was trying to break it. I already knew who it was before I checked the camera. His sister, Melissa. Arms crossed, jaw tight, eyes full of judgment. I opened the door halfway. We need to talk, she snapped. Do you have any idea what you've done to him? I leaned against the door frame, surprisingly calm. Yeah, I stopped volunteering to be his retirement plan. Her expression hardened. He loves you. He made one mistake. No, I said quietly. He revealed a plan. That's not fair. What's not fair, I replied, is expecting me to pay $850 a month for his ex's child while he cuts back on work and lives off me. She's been a single dad for years, Melissa shot back. He's exhausted, and I'm supposed to fund that exhaustion? Because you're supposed to love him. I did, I said. Tell him to stop calling, I added, and closed the door. She stood there for a while. I could see her shadow under the frame. Then eventually, she left. I should have known it wouldn't end there. Because Thursday, everything changed. I got a call from a number I didn't recognize. I almost ignored it. Almost. Hello? A pause. Then a woman's voice. Is this Glenda? Yes. Who's this? I'm his ex. The one you've probably heard about. I sat down slowly. Why are you calling me? Because, she said, her tone careful, you need to know what he's telling people. Something cold slid down my spine. What is he saying? That you promised to take over his child support. I let out a short, humorless laugh. That's not even close to true. Yeah, she said softly. I figured. There was a pause. Then, but that's not why I'm calling. My grip tightened on the phone. Then why? Because, she said, he's done this before. Silence. What do you mean? I mean, you're not the first woman he's tried this with. My stomach dropped. She continued, voice steady now. Before me, there was another woman. Engaged. Stable job. Good income. He pushed for marriage fast. Kids. Support. Same pattern. And? I asked, barely breathing. And when she realized what he was doing, she left. I closed my eyes. Why are you telling me this? Because, she said quietly, if he's desperate enough to try to pin financial responsibility on you, he's desperate enough to do worse. A chill settled over me. He's already behind on payments, she added. 6 months now. He's drowning, Glenda. And when he drowns, he grabs whoever's closest. I didn't say anything for a moment. Thank you, I finally said. Just be careful, she replied. Then she hung up, pieces clicking into place. The urgency, the pressure, the entitlement. It wasn't love, it was strategy. But just when I thought I had seen the worst of it, Friday proved me wrong. I came home from work, tired, ready for silence, and froze. My car. Both sides scratched. Deep, ugly lines carved into the paint like someone had taken their time. And across the hood, one word. Selfish. My chest tightened. I stood there for a second, just staring. Then I remembered the garage cameras. I went upstairs, pulled up the footage, fast-forwarded. 2:03 p.m. There she was. Melissa, keys in hand. I didn't even hesitate. Police report, footage submitted, statement filed, damage estimate the next morning $3,200. My insurance would cover most of it. But that wasn't the point. The point was, this wasn't over. Not even close. And for the first time since I ended things, I didn't feel relieved. I felt targeted. Because whatever game Ryan had been playing, I had just walked off the board. And he didn't like losing. By the time the police confirmed they were pressing charges against Melissa for vandalism, I should have felt vindicated. Instead, I felt something worse. Anticipation. They escalate. And Monday morning proved it. I got served at my front door. Legal papers. For a second, I just stood there, staring at the envelope like it might disappear if I didn't open it. Then I did. A domestic partnership support claim. He was suing me. Claiming that because we lived together and were engaged, I owed him financial support. I actually laughed, out loud, alone in my living room. Then I called a lawyer. He read the filing, flipped through a few pages, and leaned back in his chair. "This is garbage," he said flatly. "So I'm not in trouble?" "Not even close," he replied. "This won't even make it past the first hearing." I exhaled for what felt like the first time all day. "But it's going to cost you to deal with it," he added. "About $2,000. We'll countersue for frivolous filing, but still." "Of course it would. Because even when you win, people like Ryan make sure you still pay something." I thought that would be the peak. It wasn't. Tuesday afternoon, security from my office called. "Miss Barker, there's someone in the lobby asking for you. He's being a bit aggressive." My stomach dropped. I already knew. I took the elevator down anyway. Same clothes as before. Eyes red. Hair unkempt. Like he hadn't slept in days. "Please," he said the second he saw me. "Just 5 minutes." "I'm working," I replied. "You need to leave." "I withdrew it, okay?" He rushed out. "The lawsuit. I withdrew it this morning. I panicked, Glenda. I didn't mean—" I stared at him. "You withdrew it?" "Yes, it's gone. Just please talk to me." I didn't answer. I turned and walked away. An hour later, my lawyer confirmed it. He had withdrawn the case. Still cost me $800 in legal work already done. Another bill. Another consequence of knowing him. It wasn't. Wednesday, I got a letter from the state. Child support enforcement. My hands actually went cold as I read it. Ryan had filed a claim, saying I was the father of his daughter. For a second, I couldn't even process it. Then anger hit. Sharp. Immediate. I called the number on the letter. "This is a mistake," I said. "I'm not the parent. We're not even together." "Ma'am," the caseworker replied calmly, A claim has been filed. We're required to investigate. You'll need to come in for DNA testing. Of course I would. Friday morning, I walked into that office with my lawyer beside me. Signed. Waited. The result came back exactly how it should have. Not a match. Case closed. But as I was leaving, the caseworker pulled me aside. Off the record? She said quietly. I nodded. This is the third time he's filed something like this in the last 5 years. My chest tightened. Third? She gave a small, sympathetic shrug. I can't give details. But be careful. I walked out of that building feeling like I had just brushed against something darker than I'd realized. He hadn't just been desperate. He'd been practiced. That night, I changed every password I had. Froze my credit. Good thing I did, because Saturday morning my bank called. Miss Barker, someone attempted to access your account claiming to be your spouse. I closed my eyes slowly. Let me guess, I said. He said he lost his card? Yes. Yeah, that's my ex. They flagged everything immediately, added extra security, but I just sat there afterward. Phone still in my hand, heart pounding. He wasn't just trying to get money anymore. He was trying to take it. That was the moment I stopped hoping it would end on its own. Monday morning, my lawyer filed for a restraining order. The hearing was a week later. Ryan showed up. Of course he did, with a new lawyer, looking like he was trying to piece himself back together. He tried to argue that I was overreacting, that I had misunderstood him, that he loved me. My lawyer didn't even raise his voice. He just presented evidence, the voicemails, the security footage of Melissa keying my car, the police report, the false lawsuit, the paternity claim, the attempted bank fraud. One by one, the judge didn't even hide her expression. Your Honor, Enough. Silence fell over the room. I am granting a permanent restraining order, she continued. 2 years. No contact, direct or indirect. If you violate this order, you will be arrested. Do you understand? He looked at me, not angry this time, desperate. But I love her, he said. The judge didn't even blink. That's not relevant. Gavel. Done. Just like that. Outside the courtroom, I expected to feel something. Relief. Victory. Closure. But mostly, I felt tired. His lawyer caught up to me before I reached the exit. She hesitated. Then, he's broke. Completely. Behind on everything. He thought, you were the solution. I nodded slowly. I figured. A month later, everything settled. Melissa pled guilty. Probation. Restitution payments I'll probably never fully see. Ryan moved back in with his mother. Lost his apartment. Picked up extra work just to stay afloat. The life he tried so hard to avoid became his reality anyway, without me. People asked if I felt bad. I didn't. Because this wasn't one mistake. This was manipulation. Repeated. Calculated. And when it didn't work, it turned into something uglier. Threw out everything that reminded me of him. Got my life back piece by piece. Was it lonely sometimes? Yeah. But it was honest. And I'd take honest loneliness over being someone's financial lifeline any day. The final cost? About $8,000. Lawyer fees, repairs, lost deposits. But you know what? That's still cheaper than a divorce. Still cheaper than funding someone else's life for the next decade. So no, I didn't lose anything. I bought my freedom, and I'd pay that price again without hesitation.